Poor mental health is a worldwide problem for our generation. At the exact moment I'm recording this, 128,205 people decided to live their lives too early. Probably all of them struggled with their mental health, with depression and all of this stuff. If you, case one, are one of those people who have those problems I mentioned, and there's hope for you for not joining these numbers, this video is hopefully for you. Case 2, if you know someone that might struggle, because you might not be in the situation where you need this immediate help of improving your mental health, even though those advice I spit out will still be valuable for you. Maybe you know someone who you might help because of knowing those tactics, those things you could implement to your life to actually improve your mental health. Or you just want to be able to help someone when the moment comes, because some of you might have the mindset of wanting to help people. That's something I have, and that's why I'm recording this video. This video where I want to share with you 4 ways of improving your mental health, improving your well-being, in a matter that it might actually save someone's life. Actually, one of the reasons I came to YouTube to recording those videos is that I could save someone's life. And this video seems purposeful as heck as I'm recording this. So not to waste more of your time, the first tactic of improving your well-being is the gym. Or any kind of physical activity. But I'll stick with the gym because that's what worked and it still works for me. Going to the gym, exercising, putting your body to a struggle, physical struggle, implies multiple benefits towards what's actually happening in your mind. But 2 of the strongest ways it implements on your life is when you have an immediate struggle. So let's say something happened for you, or it happened in the past but you're still living with it. Something I do, and something that works for me very well, is that when I go to the gym, I often train very hard, or at least hard. So if I have something to get rid of my mind, something negative, something bad happened, I bring those emotions, bring these memories, bring these thoughts to the gym, to the next set I'm gonna do. And as I'm doing the set, or right before, I basically put myself in the situation once again. I try and relive the fraction of what happened, to actually burn it with the exercise. Because doing the exercise at the gym actually makes you sweat a lot, it makes you use a lot of your force or a lot of your energy, and it takes away your head from actual emotional things. It takes you back to what you're doing with your body, makes you not consider things like depression, things like negative emotion at the moment, because you're fighting for your life, maybe even depending on the exercise, and makes you somehow burn those things out of you. Of course they won't disappear completely, don't be deceived by that. Don't think that the girl dumped you and you go to the gym, do 1 set of bench press and it's perfectly gone off your mind. It's sadly not that efficient. But on the other hand, it has its benefits, because if you would be able to erase everything completely, what lesson would you take out of it? I wanted to keep those lessons, but I understand and I know from experience of how much negative emotion, negative energy might come with certain happenings. So one thing you can do is to basically try and use them as the fuel, for example, in the gym. And the gym works in the other way, some more long term, because for those guys who, of course, there's not only guys, but actually out of those 128,000, likely over 70% were guys. So some of this advice might work for girls, but I speak from my experience, what might have worked for me in the past. And as those numbers are high, I know that a lot of people might find it actually useful. So the way it worked for me is that, as I see it, if you are in this deepest hole of your life, if you have those struggles, a lot of guys seem to lose the purpose of life, lose the meaning of it. So basically the gym brings you with a great example of purpose. Work on your physicality, work on your body, build your body. It was once said that your body is a temple. You can't build a temple within a day, but it's a good goal to try and build a temple within 10 years. So it actually brings purpose back to your life. And of course, you might not resonate with that purpose, but for me, I believe that if you are a guy somehow like me, trying to improve his life, building a physical well-being, building this physical availability makes you more purposeful because it actually resonates with you by nature. And trust me when I say this, actually just having muscle works perfectly on your well-being. Or just looking better, not even only muscle, dropping weight, dropping fat, it also works perfectly. That was the very first thing that I've made in my life by myself to improve my well-being. Dropping weight and dropping fat. I lost 7 kilos in 6 weeks, and from this time I haven't felt the same amount of instant good energy because of improving how I looked for myself. Even though I've built some muscle, because it's not that impressive, but there's actually something here. It's not that impressive for myself as it was at the very beginning of doing the step 1. You might be in the need of doing the step 1. And the gym or any kind of physical activity works with that perfectly. But the gym has another benefit that perfectly connects with step 2, like tactic 2 of today's video, which is to materialize your thoughts. And how does it connect to the gym? Well, I usually train with at least one or a couple of friends of mine. And trust me when I say that basically gym session with a gym bro can literally work like a therapy for you. I sometimes used to basically speak for tens of minutes about my current situation or something that happened with my gym bros. And it works in the other way, as like you might imagine, because you have to know the people you can trust, of course. We're not talking about some random kids or random guys from your school that you just come to the gym with. I've made some connections, I've made some bonds, made some friendships, and right now it's paying me off because when I have some struggle, I can bring it to them in a matter of just a normal conversation. But it has miraculously working benefits because of one thing. Not only because of their like feedback or their opinion on that, because it's also nice, but you create like matter out of your thoughts. That's one thing you can do. Speak about it. The other way would be typing it on a blog, maybe writing a journal, writing it on a sheet of paper, not in a journal type, just writing what you have in mind. Anything you can do to create like something outside of your brain, out of the emotions that are inside of you. I hope you understand me on that. So that in this way, you actually clear the clump of emotions that's inside of you. Because if you only keep the emotion, the experience, and the memories inside of you, it's all in a mess, it's all in a clump. If you try and put something outside of you, in a matter of conversation, blog, etc., etc., you have to clear it off naturally. Like when you try just putting it out of yourself, it will already be in a way cleaner way than it is inside of you. And how does it help? Of course, it's helped you analyze what your true situation really is. Because it's very easy to over-exaggerate in your mind. It's very easy to think of something that's not happening or something that didn't have place. It's very easy to deceive yourself subconsciously. When you pull the thoughts out of you, you're able to actually see clearly that some things are this way, some things are that. And this is the first step to actually improving something, to actually repairing something. Like there's no general tactic for repairing something, but you have to know how to find what is wrong. Because that's the important thing of this video. Like so important but so basic. I didn't mean to talk about it at the beginning, but the very first thing you have to do to improve your life is to take some action, of course. It won't happen miraculously all by itself. So if you want to make your life better, you actually have to do anything. And I'm basically putting you the ideas of what you can do to start improving it. Because those two things are good, we're coming to the third one, which still works kind of on your mind, but right now we're not materializing, we're not pulling out. We'll be learning to actually tidy up your thoughts even before they appear in your mind, because step 3 is meditation. You've definitely heard about it. I'm not gonna squander a lot of time over it, but for me, meditation works in a way that even before some thoughts appear in your mind, those negative ones, those coming back memories and emotions, your mind is tidier. You're more conscious about life. You are more keen. You're like able to sort what's happening in your mind without being influenced that much by negative emotion coming with every tragedy or every sad thing that came to your life and brought you to watching this video in seek of help. So I'd highly recommend implementing meditation to your daily routine. You may do something like I do, because I've struggled for a lot of time to come back to meditating. I've had some good 5 months of meditating 1.5 years ago, and then I couldn't come back. So I decided that this year I want to do 5,000 minutes of meditation. I don't know if I will succeed, but it keeps me doing something every day. And you need, if you want to implement it to your routine, you need to find some tactic to actually make it work for you. For me, it's the sense of achievement, sense of goals. If you are somehow like me in this matter, try it. Set something. Say that till vacation you're gonna hit 500 minutes. That's a great start. But meditation itself, you've definitely heard about it. Makes you more conscious, makes you more available to clear your mind at the moment, makes you make better decisions because you see more of what's happening inside of here. So you don't have to pull it out of you and materialize. And works in a subconscious way, because when you want to materialize your thoughts in a way, you have to be conscious about it. You have to think, okay, right now I'm gonna open up to my friends. Right now I'm gonna write a journal. After you meditate for some time, it's gonna happen subconsciously. So it's like on the other layer of your functionality, of your body's functionality. And now we're coming to the last thing, which is faith. So it worked for me after some time, not in my darkest moment of life. But generally, as I see it as a Christian, I hope it's visible, the way of understanding what actually happened those 2000 years ago when Jesus came to the earth and gave his own life for the entirety of humanity, when you understand it, it works like it's bad to feel bad in life because someone gave life for you. Like if you watch some movies, some superhero movies, some series, there's gonna be scenes where superheroes give their life to save their loved one, or one city, or maybe a country, or maybe even the entire planet at the moment. Those are all fiction, while 2000 years ago Jesus came as a god, came to a human form, and gave his life for the entirety of humanity in the whole history of our existence. So not only for the people in his time, not for some sorted group of people, for you and for me, for your friends, for your family, for everyone you know, he gave his life. I once heard a great quote that I'm glad that the world isn't fair, because if it was, we'd all have to hang on the crosses. But it's not fair. And it was enough for Jesus to give his life for us. And in the moment where you realize that, it seems like a terrible decision to try and finish your life too early. Because it's a disrespect to him and to this sacrifice. And to your family and to your friends and to everything that is set for you to come to your life. Those were the 4 things that I think are the most likely to help you within your worst times of your life. And the only hope I carry out of this video is that it will help you or someone you know save themselves. If you think it was good, you might send this video to a friend of yours who you think might struggle a little bit. Even a little bit, because it compounds after time and it's hard to notice when even our closest friends struggle with life. So once again I ask you, if you could share this video to one of your friends, you might possibly save their life. And now go and make your way to a better future.